Welcome, everybody. Guess what? Guess what? Sometimes I get lucky. Look at that. The shirt somebody sent me has the green on it, so it's clear. So kind of that's funny. Anyway, welcome to the show. One of you sent me the shirt. I can't remember who it was. I'm sure you'll pipe up in the chat. And so Kimberly was like, "You got to wear that shirt today." So I wore it. And good morning, Jason, Gayton, Alan, Rex, Ted, Goose, my man, Lieutenant Colonel Goose in the house, Donald, Eric, Don, Ray, Arturo, Sergio, Michael Francois, Amy, Rob, Sarah Lynn, Stephen, Nikki, Gary, Darren, Ryan, Rick, Cliff, Rongamer, Andreas, and Tara. If you want to say hey, good morning, like all the people in the chat, click the button over there, right down there. Click the button, be a subscriber on the channel. David, hope you're enjoying the desert. Jim, David, Dan, Zub, Joseph. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Check this out, though. Despite the horrible, bad, awful day, check this out. Check this out right here. Dun, 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 dun. Did anybody get in this? Did anybody? Did you? Did you? Did you? Look at this. Bum, bum, bum. Look at the pre-market. Beautiful move. Beautiful move. Anybody do it? Let me know. I talked about it right before the close yesterday. I mean, right before I ended the stream yesterday. Right before I ended the stream yesterday. Right there. Look at that beautiful move. It's almost right to the target at 1821. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Right there. It's just one of those things, despite the bad, horrible overnight price action. Yeah, look at that. ES down another 85 points. Guess what? Anybody surprised? Anybody surprised? We might be going down here. I said, I was trying to be very candid about that. Very candid that we may drop right down to the roadmap line. It's in the chart right there. It did the exact same thing we did last summer. Also, July, August, September, possibly October. We could do the same exact pullback. Watch out. Watch out, watch out. All right. So welcome to the show, everybody. Glad that a few people got in the dash. I was kind of excited about that one. And for those in Gold Rush, look at this baby. Giving it back just a little bit for the open. Maybe we can hold on to it. Maybe. Looking fairly nice. And I'd like to see that yet. It was up to 28 pre-market. I'd like to see it keep going. Definitely like to see that keep going. So anyway, we got lots of stuff happening this morning. Now, before I talk many more trades here, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. I may never get another one right again, although according to the shirt, sometimes I get lucky, Sometimes I get lucky. Anyway, this presentation intended to be informational, educational, fun, and entertaining, right? Hopefully you're entertained. Are you not entertained by the market right now? It is not a recommendation to be buying or selling any financial instruments. That includes stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. Don't long them, don't short them, don't trade them. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss, according to the first sentence right up there. And, I'm not kidding either. So, anyway, something's wrong with my headphones. Let's restart them here. Making noises. There we go. Should take care of the noise from the phone. And if you desire personal financial advice, you're going to have to consult a financial advisor. And some reason, my bar at the bottom popping up. Go away, please. Let's see. There we go. There we go. All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. Now, jobs report, right? People are like, oh my gosh, jobs are horrible. Well, yeah, maybe. Showing what the big deal is that there may be a policy error by the Fed, but at the same time, maybe not. I mean, was the unemployment rate actually ever record lows? I have doubts. I have doubts. I mean, you can tell me what you think, but look over here. I mean, we don't. I mean, we don't ever spend time at the lows, and I think they artificially pushed it down to epic lows, and now we're ticking back up to. We probably have been hanging out right up here the whole time. They artificially pushed it down here, and I think we've been hanging out up here, if not up here. I mean, there's just too many people not doing jack squat. Like, I just know it's way too many people not doing squat. And I know plenty of hardworking people, but I know plenty of people that just don't do anything. Oh, thank you, Finley. It's my one and only niece right there. And yeah, keep pushing the heart button. Keep pushing the. There's lots of other icons too you can push. Anyway, welcome to the show. And so that's just jobs report today. Came in bad, I guess. If you want to say bad, came in, added less jobs. I'm not even sure we added jobs if you don't count government jobs. Honestly, if you don't count the government jobs, we probably lost jobs. And is this the recession? Possibly. I mean, I'm not sure we've ever not been in a recession since back here when we, right here when we posted 2 negative quarters of GDP back in like 2022, 2021. Possibly been in a recession, maybe even starting a depression. So, welcome to the problems. I mean, when you bake the numbers and you believe the numbers that you've baked, well, guess what? Becomes kind of problematic. Anyway, that's kind of the thing that tore down USSR. They baked the numbers, their economic numbers, and then they started believing them, and then making decisions based on the baked numbers, and it all came apart. Same thing could happen here. It happens over and over in world history, and we're doomed to repeat it if we just keep doing it. Just got to make the numbers look good, and then we believe them, and then, yeah, there is lots of, well, I don't know, you can say blood. There's things down, there's things up, there's things popping, there's things dropping. I mean, this one, prime example, gave it to you yesterday before the close. Getting a little pullback on it, but that 118 is the target right there. Right there. So, and thank you. Nice shirt. Yeah. So sometimes I get lucky. All right. Moving on. Look at this S&P. We kind of triple bottom here, but we're going to open up lower this morning. Probably all the way down right in this vicinity. Right here. In just 6 minutes or so. Right in here. I don't have any words of wisdom to say on the economic news because, well, everything's as expected. And, well, that one's going to the bottom eventually. S5FI, stocks above the 50-day. Stocks above the 200-day. Just hanging near the top, probably going to the bottom eventually. Stocks above the 20-day. That'll probably get a big, if we maintain this drop today, if we don't just spike down and reverse, this will get a move down in here. Now, one we don't talk about very often, VX1. Look at that baby. Right back to the top we had back in April. Unlikely we get much more. All right, be careful betting that VIX is going epically higher. This is the point from where we would typically reverse. You have to kind of go back all the way back here before COVID to kind of see. We don't typically spike much above 20. Be careful going long VIX and VIX products right now. All right, it just, could we get one of these epic spikes? We could. Is it likely it takes it right back? Yeah. When COVID took a long time to bleed the extra off. We had a lot of extra juice in there for a while. Now we're back down in the bottom. So watch out. We're probably not going to hold above 20 for very long. Probably not. I don't see another COVID-like crash coming immediately. We're going to need another rally in the market after this horrible correction. You know, lots of people feeling pain. I guess they didn't believe me that we were going to do a big correction. And so right now, you need to be careful on the downside, but this probably won't continue indefinitely. We'll probably get a bounce. The nature of that bounce sets us up for what could potentially come next. Much bigger, much bigger. All right. I think we're going to ease this up in the coming days here. Maybe not today, maybe not Monday, but watch out. And this kind of puts it into the ball court here. Like this thing right here where we make a lower low on a Friday. Markets don't typically bottom on a Friday. Now, that's like a 90%, 95% thing. Typically, we don't bottom on a Friday. We get a lower low Monday or Tuesday. It's just the way it is. Everybody turns kind of sour by Monday, and then we get, Tuesday, possibly Wednesday, we get a lower low. So this may not be over yet. If we bounce today, we could get one more down. So be careful. And we still could go all the way down here. Like that's still entirely possible on this move. In Q, looky. This is why we could be over sooner than later. Looky. Look how close we got. Right here. We're in the zone. We're in the reversal zone. We've gotten there. Be careful. All right. I stress to be careful. Russell, I warned about that one. Taking a big down. Bleeding that one off very, very quickly. Watch out. All right, roadmap line is still on down there around 2050. That's IWM for you. It does not have to bounce, although it could bounce. There you go. SRTY, short Russell. That one's popping nicely up to 25. May come up to the roadmap line 30. Alrighty. Any questions on the indexes? Let me know in the chat. Look at that. Took it right back. I was cautious on oil. Look at that right there. At this point, we have the potential to go down to 73, possibly 72, possibly down here to the lower low target in the mid 60s. As I said, watch for the fake out. Faked out the bottom, faked out the top, and now we're taking it on down, more than likely right there. Just be careful, everybody. Gold trying to break out, trying its darndest to get continuation higher. I really like to see that 55 or 25.50 area hit in full. Hoping to do it today, maybe not. Up 25 points though. That's a pretty sweet pop right there. After yesterday's little ChopFEST. Bitcoin kind of flat on the futures. Yesterday we were selling hard into the close yesterday with everything in the market, and then after the market closed, Bitcoin on the spot market while the futures were closed took it back green, and then the futures reopened. So selling a little bit, but mainly just holding right there. So pretty much went for a roadmap line test. That can be the bottom. Watch for a breakout at this point. That did the thing I thought. After we rejected breaking above the downtrend, came back to the roadmap line, hold here, turn, break higher. That's it. That's what we needed right there on Bitcoin. Optimistic? Yeah, sure. I'm always optimistic. I mean, if you're pessimistic in the market, you're doomed for a life of grind. I mean, right there, breaking above that 67,000 area right there, potentially taking us up to 71, 72, 73, possibly 75. That's going to put us right into that resistance again. I really want to see that push on through. 77, 80 on the upside there. And it's kind of tipped the odds. We might do it. ASML. Oh, looky. Might be heading on down on ASML. Apple. Buy. XLP. Wow. Look at that move right there. Chow. Right up to the target. Oop, I closed something else. Man, look at all these alerts. Apple already hitting the alert. Unity, hitting the sell, stopped out. SPXS, boom, right to the target. Beautiful. Hopefully somebody got that one. SPXU hitting the target. Beautiful. EMPH probably stopping out. TOCU. It's on that 1 hour time frame stopping out. XLP. Target on the 1 hour. Man, look at all these alerts. Look at all these alerts. Amazing. Docu. 30-minute time frame stopping out. More and more. Are you not entertained here this morning? Oh, WFC getting smacked in the face. Right there. Man. What a morning. What a morning. Ethereum. Still chugging right here. Churning on the roadmap line. Can't get off the mat. Keeps returning. Keeps returning. Keeps returning. TAL. I don't remember what I had. Looking for that one. Oh, I do remember why I have this one. I actually was doing... This is from the Knoxville Trade Club. Holy moly. It's from a long time ago. Right there. Watching for that to do a measured bounce. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Potential measured bounce. Although, maybe correcting the whole big move. DXY. Boom, boom, boom. Pushing on down. Look at that. Cruising now. Mid-90s. Mid-90s. That's probably where that's heading. Apple. Hey, we had earnings on. Didn't anybody... Hey, look, Apple's positive. Had earnings last night. And not too bad, right? And actually beat on the top. Beat on the bottom. Not by huge amounts, but 4% and 1.5%. That's pretty positive in a world of pain here. Amazon, on the other hand, not reporting the strongest thing that people wanted to hear. Reporting that consumers seem to be trading down at every opportunity. Well, we already knew that from Walmart and Target. Right down to the extension. That's the classic place to bounce from if we're going to do the bounce. That high, that low. If we can continue, it may push on down a little bit though. Gonna have to break back above this candle right here. This guy right here to indicate we're going on up here for the next move at 207. There you go. Right there. It's clear as a bell. If we can get the reversal, we got to get back above the roadmap line and back above this. And we set the stage for going higher on Amazon. Now, it's possible it goes on down. SMCI, maybe. Just maybe, somebody's been warning you that we might drop on down on SMCI. Watch out for the decline. It's on the biggest decliners list. All right. So there's Apple, there's Amazon. Biggest gainer. Oh, look at that. Tag the target. Hopefully people got out. That was it. That's the trade. Right there. That was it. Could it keep going? It could. Could. But that was the trade. All right. Put it out there yesterday. It worked way faster. Way faster than I expected. Didn't have a long history, but that's now 2 in the books for Dash right there. Net. Dun, 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 dun. Despite popping, now it's dropping. Giving up the gains. VXX. Ooh, look at that. Right to the roadmap line. This is a declining asset, though. I would be very cautious here. One for reverse split. It's a giant dumpster fire of a chart and a ticker. This thing tends to burn theta. Now you'd be like, well, I can just sell covered calls or something like that that looks for the downside. I'll sell credit spread, bear call spreads. Be careful, all right? Be careful. I guarantee you, every market maker knows this thing is a declining asset. It always has been, always will be, and they suck the premium out of the call spreads and make it so the risk is probably not worth the reward. Be careful on that one. UVXY, same situation. Sometimes we get these wild pops, but probably going back to the basement eventually. SVXY, getting that little further drop. If we get down to 51, I may load the boat here. At 15 and 20% pullback is usually all we get since COVID. right there. We're already working on that drop being about 16%. All right, it's happened like 15 times since COVID. Every time we get a 15 to 20% drop, we take it back almost back to the highs, almost every time. Sometimes we exceed greatly, like that one right there, kept going. This last one we did was a while ago, back in April. The one before that, the real nice one right there, in October. That one kept going way up here. So we're in the vicinity of a reversal for SVXY. Why? It's the same reason that UVXY and VXX decline all the time. This one has a tendency to go up all the time because volatility always tends to come back to the bottom. All right, it doesn't run. It doesn't stay elevated. It doesn't grow over time. It comes back to the bottom over time. And that's why this one right here, playing off the futures contracts for VX1 exclamation point, playing off of these futures contracts, playing the forward volatility. You know, we got to look at VXU 2024 right there. And then VXZ 2024. Look, volatility is already down for December. All right, that's why these contracts cause SVXY to climb. They cause UVXY and VXX to decline. All right, we've already got declining volatility looking out. And when we look at the VX1 exclamation point, we look at that constant contract thing. We pull this up right here. Look at that. We've got declining volatility, and then we've got an expected climb over here. That's kind of interesting, right? You look at November, big drop in November. We got expect a big spike in October, big drop in November, epic low into December, coming back up. So that's the forward curve, expected volatility in the market right now. Isn't that wild? Right there. I find that fascinating how it's not, we look at something like ES1 exclamation point. We look at the forward curve, and generally the market expects it to go higher. All right. We look at NQ1 exclamation point. Generally the market expects it to go higher. And this is just the futures contracts that are already out there. We look at CL1 exclamation point. And this one's interesting because the market expects it to go lower. We look at GC1. Market expects gold to go higher. Pricing out almost 2,800 by 2030. Let me know in the chat if this is something interesting you never knew existed before. Silver right there, look. Up to 32. That's what the market's pricing in. Cocoa. Look at that. The market's not pricing in. The market's pricing in cocoa coming back down. I wonder how they know what the market's pricing in right there. You can see the forward curve. That's what traders are pricing into the market. You can do that for all sorts of things. You can do it for interest rates. You can do it for housing. You can do it for just about anything out there that has futures. Look at lean cattle. A little bit of volatility in lean cattle. That's prices of beef right there. So if you don't know all the tickers for the various stuff, you can just start typing it in, and you can actually I wonder what cattle, and you click on futures right here, and you can look at just futures. So TradingView is a awesome tool right there. And that was live cattle. You can look at feeder cattle, and you can look at pigs. You can look at all the things, corn, sugar, coffee. There's all sorts of things. There's some things that will never have futures, like onions. That's a whole funny story there. So anyway, I digress. It's one of the things you can do in the market. And looking at Bitcoin, look at the forward curve on Bitcoin out to 2025, expecting that new high. Ethereum here. Expecting new high. Right up in the top. Or I don't know about new high, but expecting a rally up to 35 right there over time. Not a super big, awesome, huge pop, but it is priced in there. A day trade thing, pumping it out. All right, moving on. Dash, boom, right on up through. Look, you got another opportunity to book your profit if you want to, or move that stop up, chase that thing on up higher. Net, dun, 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 retracing, VXX, UVXY, VSEE. Whew, wow. Don't mess with. So this is combining tech with health. It looks like a heartbeat. That's a SPAC chart. I'd stay away from that chart. SOXX, 3x bears. This is popping, but it might be dropping. NVDS. Dun, 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 dun. Look at that. Despite the sourness of the market, this one's giving it up. I did liquidate my position this week on NVDS. NVDA. Let's go look at that real quick. And potential. Look at that. Just back to the bottom. This could be forming a bottom on NVIDIA. Be careful. This is interesting. Now, the list of decliners was long, very long this morning. So, TMF, getting a nice pop there. 20-year Treasury, 3x bull. And this might be breaking out finally. That could be a measured bounce setup right there. Let's just clear this back off and just draw it. So we had this low, this high. See where we bottomed. Not the ideal spot. Went a little deep into the 76, but still valid. Not my favorite, but still valid. So this is maybe not the best of the best, but this does set this up for a potential run right up here. The 90 would be the expected target right there, and 110 would be the extension. 76 would be the bummer target. So there you go. TMF. Now, time, how long? It could be a while. It could be out till next year. And it could go quicker, but it could be out till next year. Right there. Bum, 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 bum. It's kind of interesting, right? The Treasury, bullish on the Treasury. FNGD. Looks like a nasty chart. I wouldn't mess with that. GLD. Popping. Same as the gold charts. EDV. Extended duration treasury. So we're seeing these treasuries pop up here because of the rate cut potential. And right up to the target. We could see an extension to 80, but I would be careful there right now. GDXU was on the poppers list. Now it's just kind of being lackluster and just hanging. SRTY, as the Russell was dropping, this thing is popping since it's ultra short. Oh, look at this. This means ultra means leveraged right there. And short means it's inverse to the Russell. So if the Russell's dropping, that's IWM or RTY. Get it? SRTY, short RTY. You know, everybody's always asking me, how do you play RTY? When you look at it up here, the Russell, this is short Russell. So Russell dropping, this one popping. And that might be the end of that move for now. SARC. Man, look at that short arc right there. This is somebody's, I guess, tongue-in-cheek stab at Kathy Woods. So ARC Capital dropping. This thing's popping. QID. Popping up. Ultra short. That's leverage short QQQ. If you didn't know this existed, QID. It's like with SQQQ. This one's just another one of those. This does decline over time. Right there. MKDW. Now, somebody asked me earlier in the week, how do you make the list? I go to Market Chameleon, look at the pre-market movers tabs. Link is in the Links for Stuff channel in Discord. And I grab everything moving up or down $2 before, right after 9 o'clock. So that's where the list comes from. I don't update it as we get into the open. So a lot of this stuff giving back its gains. And the decliners, some of that's already turning positive, like MSTR down there. And TLT. Oh, look at that one. getting ready for the breakout right there. So this is another measured bounce potential. Just like the other treasury stuff we looked at, those targets can be up here. 118, 120, right there. That 120 area. Right there. Been watching this one for a while. I'm not in it. Probably won't be in it. It just doesn't move enough with enough juice to make it worthwhile for me. Nugget. Potential for that one to rally on up. 56. Ultra gold. This is leveraged gold. Just get that in your head. 88.92 potential. 89.93 potential. But watch out. It's like one high, two high, three high, four high. Be careful. ASML. As I said, that one may drop. SMCI. As I said, that one also may drop. Right back down to where we consolidated all last summer. KLAC. Right to the roadmap line. Beautiful. If we set up a bounce here, right back above this high, 932. I'm looking for opportunities, all right? That's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to, like, I don't care about the drop. Like, the drop is probably getting to be done. And now we're looking for opportunities. So FNGU, potential opportunity on the break back above. LRCX. Oh, wow. Extending down, as I said. This one may continue down to this area right down here, right around 500. MSTR was on the droppers list. Now we're making the popper. Now it would be on the poppers list. Moving up more than $2. And this does have a split. They finally put it on the list here. Coming up on next Thursday. I was set to break out. Like it already told me it was probably going up here to 2,200, 2,300. Just a matter of holding on to it long enough to get there. You may have to survive some pullbacks and stuff. LOY. That one's set up the potential to bounce. It's going to confirm it by moving back up through the 618 and getting the extension out to the 1,000. Team. Oh, bounced off of the roadmap line and plummeting down the toilet. This is why you got to watch out for these breakdowns of the channels. Broke out, hit the roadmap line, extension. Already hit the extension down. Might bounce back up to the roadmap line, but it could get an extension down to 134. GTLS. Same pattern I look for. Upside down, right side up. If you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, the roadmap line, link is in the description. It's like $5. I give you a masterclass, give you the code, give you the easy button to throw it on your charts. And if you're just like $5 is too much for me, well, first, you probably shouldn't be trading. Second, you can go watch it for free. Right on my homepage after we're done here. Click on my name right below the video here. And it's like, I got this like favorite indicator or something like that. And that video right there is the one that gives you the code and tells you how it works. So it works right side up and upside down. Right there, bounced up, hit resistance, and breaking down. This one may go lower low. Now, oh man, look at that. Ping pong in between the downside and the upside. Not much to tell right there. May come back to the roadmap line. On now, SNPS. Breaking down lower. That move, that move, that move. It may extend down to 474. Ain't it? Probably come. Still hasn't got there. Bounced up. That one may get an extension on down. Even with the flush out this morning, hasn't gotten down there yet. 287. Bulls. Dun, 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 dun. Right back down to the lows. P-Core. Look at that. Right there. Right back down to the lows. Got to be careful on these. They pop up, make a lower high. Right down to the extension there. That could be done. That could be done on P-Core. And we're going to have to see this do something, though. Get back above. It's going to have to do a lot of work to go higher. A lot of work. We got to get back above this consolidation at the roadmap line to get 88.94 on the upside. Nail getting a little bit of pullback right after tagging the target zone. Came up just shy of the actual ideal target. Get a pullback, so it may hold support right in here. See where we topped out right there. We may hold that support and go for it again up there. 168, 182 on the upside for nail. DPST. Oh, almost hit. Oh, look at that. Hit the resistance. Came down hard. Almost got back to the roadmap line. Sets that one up for the next move. Next move. This is why we look at the droppers, because there's opportunity that shows up. If we could push down just a little lower on the banks, sets us up to potentially break through that zone, 127, 134. Right there. This is leverage, 3x leverage. Be careful on leverage. But sometimes leverage works. But it's one of those things that doesn't always work. All right. It's one of the 4 things. If you haven't heard the 4 things, you should watch more of my morning videos here. SMH. I got a lot to cover, so I'm kind of trying to keep on pace here. Don't want to bore anybody to death here. SMH. Ooh, finally. I told you we were likely to finish hitting that. Well, guess what? We did. Now, this could clear the runway for NVIDIA and lots of other chips to go higher again after flushing this out. QQQ, almost tagging the roadmap line. We could get that Monday or Tuesday, a little bit of further downside. Be careful. Don't think we have to go up today. Even if we get a rally today, we could come back down on Monday or Tuesday and tag again. We did come up a little bit shy. That does give me a little bit of concern. Just like all these semiconductor charts I was talking about for weeks, it seemed like I was like, we got close, but we didn't actually fully hit it. AMAT breaking lows. Watch out. That could get continuation. I would not want to be chasing that one long right now. This is indicating we may go lower. All right. We may push on down back into this consolidation down here before we can find a bottom on AMAT. MSFT. Oh, fully into the roadmap line. Fully. Now, this one can find a bottom, but as we continue down, we may come back to the lows from back here. As I said yesterday, I think it was. Costco. Nothing clear at the moment. We kind of came up here in no man's land, retraced, holding that. You see, we did kind of this like 3-day flippy, 4 or 5 day little chaos right in that area. Holding that could be positive for going up again. It's not my favorite pattern. Now, what that is, though, is just a lower time frame market roadmap bounce right there, like the 4 hour. See how it held right there on the 4 hour? May come up here. Watch for the resistance at the 618 right there. If we hold resistance there, may come down to this daily right here. So this is not necessarily one that I want to mess with right now. It's not a high probability anything. It can do that, or if it breaks above, we could come right up here. So you got to make a decision. Is this right for you? The risk worth the reward potential going long on Costco. GS right there. Possibly coming down to the roadmap line. Didn't really give much up at all, despite this fleecing in the market. BLDR, builder first source. That looks like we may go lower. Be careful. That could be the start of a measured bounce, but it also could be the indication that we break on down. If we get back below this, watch out for continuation lower. VOG, VUG, Vanguard Growth coming down. Hasn't hit the roadmap line yet, although it did do a very kind of echoey copy of this correction right here. I'd watch out for that one. That's not clear to me. I don't know if I'd chase that one. NVDU, fully hitting the roadmap line, finding support. Like I said, there's lots of these indications that NVIDIA might go on another run here. SOXX, boom, right down there, below the roadmap line. TSM, almost touching. All this chip stuff, getting really close to a reversal point potential. Lulu, getting crushed. Guess what? Extension still down here around 200. FSLR still needs a little bit of further downside. And that one was a dropper, now it's a popper. Probably touched it pre-market, but I don't look at that stuff. I just look at when everybody's participating during the real time or regular trading hours. And IVV potentially coming on down. You know, that's S&P right there. So it's like SPY and SPX and all the other things. Kind of looks like we might go lower, but we're also at the point where we copied this prior pullback right here. See this right here? This is a copy. If we start bouncing here, we can do the same result off of that pullback. All right, that could take it way up here. Now, don't get too crazy on me. All right, it's not a reversal yet. Not a reversal yet. PANW. Oh, we hit the roadmap line. I'm still long 5 shares. Not going to bail yet. I may bail, but I'm not going to bail yet. We're just back to my entry. Back to 0. 300 is where I got in. Looking for that pop to the extension up here at 402, even though we hit that resistance and turned right back down. If we can hold a higher low, game on. SPY, like I said, this could extend down. Still a warning in the market right there. Netflix still wants to get a little bit lower. Still where I think it's going to come down to. Now, we could miss like we did right back here, but I have to go with the hitting the roadmap line. That's just my primary thing. Like, why do I expect that? Because I've seen it so many times. All right. I just got done testing 40-something years of those patterns on 3,600 tickers, 57,000 times, and 74% of the time it works out that we get an extension. If we move down, bounce up, get a close above the 618, 74% of the time we go up for the extension. When you know, there's a little bit of time frame thing. Like this one right here took too long, right? Apollo didn't fire off my algo right here because it took too long to do this. So it's not every single one of them. There is a time frame component involved, and that's kind of my secret sauce that I don't disclose because it took me years to figure out how to make the algo find the high probability ones and toss out the other ones, like Dash right there. I mean, we found my algorithm, put that in Discord, and boom, right there it is. Gave you the entry yesterday. We even got a pullback, and then boom, right up to the target. So anyway. And back to where we were. Lynn, I hit Home Depot. Home Depot, churning a little bit. And Lynn, ooh, look at that. Potential for that one to go up to 495. Boo. Potential to come down. Meta. Did not trigger the entry yesterday. Look at that. Hopefully nobody got into that. It required a close above the 618. Did not do that. We got it, like that was a warning sign. We could come right back down. That's why I require the close above the 618 for the conservative entry. Did not do it. If you're aggressive, well, you're more aggressive on your trading and it could still work out. But the conservative trade did not fire off. All right. Apollo was designed to be the most conservative. That's why there's a time frame component and all these other things added on to try to find conservative, high probability trades. DHI, wow, right up to the target. That one likely to experience some sort of retrace at this point. Yeah, that's, I wouldn't expect much more right now. Could go out to 189, but I would expect a retrace. CAMT, CamTech, right back to the roadmap line. Still hunting the bottom. No entry yet. CRWD, still hunting the bottom. Getting near the bottom of that right there. Next box down, right in here. Kind of outlined that already. There's no buying opportunity. Now, this would be the first time I would consider buying. You know, if this holds, I might consider on a pop higher. Might consider. It's going to have to get above the roadmap line, though. This, I might consider buying because it would be a measured bounce potential. RKT. Wow, look at that one. Rocketing off that pullback. 16 target. Yeah, 1691. And Twilio. Not sure I like that one though. That one's been chopping a lot. That one might go on an extension, but it also might chop you out. And only requires 60 though to get the target. LABU. Wow, look at that. That's two things that out of the four, that's biotech and leverage. That's combining two things that are big red flags. Watch out for the drop. Epically drop. Carvana. Dun, 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 dun. Tag the target and retraced on the 30 minutes. On the daily. Watch out for the drop. It needs a retrace. It really does. Crocs. Watch out. It has a potential bounce in place, but it's not doing it yet. IWM. Watch for the roadmap line. That's the long and the short of it there. DXJ. Wisdom Tree, Japan. Oh man. And yen getting whacked. Let's see. FXJ. No, that's not it. No, FXY. Look at that baby go. Could be a major reversal here in yen. Where would the target be? Might look for resistance if we got to that zone right there. Nope, backwards. JPY USD. JPY USD. Nope. Oh, because I'm clicked on futures. Duh. Yeah, look at that baby. Crushed. Crushed. Hit the targets. I mean, retrace. Duh. One, two, three, four, five. That was probably the end. If we're going higher, it's probably going to retrace down to this area. SPXL. Getting close. Not there yet. CRM. Resistance of the roadmap line. I don't care how much they support the Olympics, whatever. That can get a move down. Lower prices. 205. Bouncing off the roadmap line. On the bottom, breaking through 231 area. Sets us up for 200 down here. INTC. Feel sorry for the kid that put $700,000 in Intel yesterday. It went right to the target. I mean, right to the target area right there. Look at that arrow right there. Ciao. Potential for this to bounce, but it also has potential to continue down to 15 right there before it finds a bottom. Decade level lows right there. Has not been down here for like a decade. Look at that. All the way over here. Look at that. Last time we were down there, 2012. Whew. That's a big correction. We might actually go lower. Look at this. So just looking at it right there, 3-wave down, retrace, lower high. Intel may actually make a lower low than right here before it can find a bottom. Right there. That would be what I kind of expect at this point. Cruise right down there. Yep. There you go. Intel kind of peaked. Yeah, right around the .com bust. TM. Toyota Motors. Right back down into the target there. Pushing a little lower. I've got an alert there. We might come back to the roadmap line though. Be careful. That's on the monthly chart too, so this could take a little while. Come back to 140. ACLS. So member of roadmap. So roadmap is just a weekly, like, it's a weekly update with a watch list. There's no trades. There's no, for $5. Let's be honest. I'm not giving you trades. I'll give you a watch list. I mean, and I do give you a weekly video going through some potential setups, but I'm not going to give you live trade alerts. I'm not going to give you options. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. I mean, I reserve that for much higher paying and supporting members. So if you're bummed out by that, I'm sorry. I think there's tremendous value there. It's my bread and butter pattern for $5. So ACLS probably coming on down right there, 82. Microchip. I also do this right here for free every single day. So throw out potential trades when they are. How much does the pod cost? I don't know. I don't even think it's for sale right now. I think they're gonna sell it again in a week or two. Probably have a banging sale, give you a bunch of years for the price of one. But right now, I'm not sure it's for sale. I know there's a plan to sell it again. So keep your ear down. XLK, fully retraced. BA, look at that. Coming on down. That broke down below the trend line. Probably coming down to the target. Goose, watch out. 157. Possibly 155. I just want to see if I'm right at this point. I know you're chasing that, Goose. Spot. Probably going to come back to the roadmap line. Cat. Did come back to the roadmap line. Could not break the prior resistance. Return to go. And that looks like it may extend lower. Could come down to this area right here to find a bottom. Now, construction equipment being soft, between CAT and DE, those are my canaries in the coal mine, so to speak. DE never started performing right here. So it's not showing the economy being strong. CAT, a little more global than DE on their sales. Showed some strength internationally, but now starting to show some weakness. As these two companies struggle, it shows there's not CapEx, capital expenditures going on. There's not building. There's not construction going off in a big way. And DE also shares farming stuff. So you're not seeing a lot of CapEx expenditures into equipment and construction projects when these two stocks are kind of faltering a little bit. And this one, been having trouble for a bit longer there. GE hitting the sell. Bummer. And back to CAT. AVGO. Somebody was looking for that a minute ago. Right to the target zone. Ka-chow. A little bit further to go. 130. I'd like to see that push on down in there. TECL. That's a 3x bull on technology. Been looking for that to retrace even deeper. Right back down to the lows from April. AMZU getting whacked. Look at that. Whew. Whacked. ARM. Watch out. Somebody warned you. If we get below the roadmap line, watch out for the retrace. It's my day trade strategy on gold. Firing off. And my day trade strategy on NVIDIA. Firing off. Tesla. Wrongimer. Hope you're doing it, man. We could get a push into the roadmap line. We could. Not far now. But we're in the vicinity where I wanted to hold. Watch for it to hold and turn NVDA could push down to the roadmap line. Doesn't have to. Could. ENTG. Remember, none of these have to hit the roadmap line, but they might. ENTG, watch for that to go lower at this point. Looks like that move was played out. Ooh, yeah. That one may come back in here. Right there. IWN. Can come back to the roadmap line. This is a value on Russell. EVXPE. Watch for that one to go lower low. This is looking kind of bearish right now. EMPH. Oh, slammed off of the roadmap line. That's why I always warn about that on the daily chart right there. Holding a higher low, but that may get, if we break below that, we could see a flush on down here on EMPH. Airbnb. Whew, that's getting ugly. Down below support. This might go down here to 100. If we hang out here longer, if we don't just reverse this, this one could see some further downside. GEV. As I said, that's just chopping in the box. No indication of doing anything. Dell breaking down. That's not good. Indicating we may see this right here. And the last line in the sand, maybe that gap fill right there. We're going to hold out just a little bit more on the support side for Dell. But if we get below that gap fill, probably going to come down here to 63. NXPI. That one looks like it pushing the limits here. That low, that low. Yeah, we're getting below the trend line here. That could be a warning sign. We see deeper retrace on NXPI. Toll Brothers hitting the resistance. I'd expect some retrace there, even though we haven't really gotten it today. URTY. Man, look at that. Right into the roadmap line. That's leveraged. Ultra Pro, leveraged long, Russell, right there, URTY. So think about it. SRTY is short, URTY long. There you go. And that's both leveraged. So XLY, back to the roadmap line in a three-wave retrace. That high, that low, that high. Boom. Echo of the first move down to the second move down right there. Boom, 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 boom. Now, if we turn it that high, that low, if we hold here, even if we hold down here at 171, break back above this high. Oh, look at that. Conveniently, it's located right at the 618. And we get above that. Probably go on an extension right there. This one, check this out. This is like, look at the high probability. Look at 17 profit factor. This is ridiculous right here. 23 of these trades. I'd set an alert on that one right there. I might talk about it if it fires off, but I'd set an alert on that one. Just saying. Keep track of that one. Kava. Probably coming back to the roadmap line. I don't care how many people told me I was crazy saying it was going to pull back. IRJ or IJR. IRJ, yeah. Core S&P small cap. I didn't even know small caps existed in the S&P, but hey. Probably going to retrace. QCOM. Getting below. Probably coming down to this area right down here around 145, 150. ZS. What we got? 1015. I told you I got a lot of stuff on the list, and it's still not even like, still got a lot to go. ZS may go lower. Visa. Ooh, no bueno right there. It's your favorite sand, Svinborn. That may go lower. Watch out. Could get an extension down to 250, possibly even down here to that target. MU. It looks like we're going for that box right down there. FAS may come back to the roadmap line. TNA back to the roadmap line. Let's just clear this baby up. Small cap 3X bulls. Let's turn this off. It's annoying me a little bit. That high, that low. Wow, 3 days from the high to the low. Whew. 53, 55 if we're going to bounce. QLD. Well, that one's below the roadmap line. Look for the bottom there. 114 on the upside. Ultra QQQ right there. Another leverage QQQ like TQQQ. DIA. Dow Jones Industrial may come down to the roadmap line. BTI may come down to the roadmap line. Total stock market. GE may come down to the roadmap line. And TXN almost to the roadmap line. That high, that low, break back above this. 215 if we can turn it and burn it. JPM may be reaching back down to the roadmap line. Right there. Target on the upside up here, 240. ANF back to the roadmap line. Cha-ching! This one sets it up again. We can get another extension. 209, 220 on ANF. AXP. And ANF tends to be a runner too. So look at the last time, and we ran right up there. This time. The last time it actually hit was back here. And look at that run. Look at that run. Had you jumped into that and not just booked the profit, yeah, you could have been in. Probably would have gotten out right there. Look at that. That would have been a massive. Gotten in right in there. Break above the 618, 227. Potentially got out like 127. Whew. AXP. Coming back down. Probably the roadmap line. FND. That's bearish. Watch out for that to go lower. Oh. Need to hold that and turn. If we don't hold that, that's very overlapping. That can be an A, a B, and we go down in a C. Lower high situation. Remember the Intel chart a minute ago? That high, that low, this lower high can set us up for down here. Oh, look, conveniently, I already have an arrow down there. RCO, back to the roadmap line. Watch for the bounce. That high, that low. Sets us up for 184. Want to break back above where we were just 2 days ago. 160. Flutter Entertainment. Still expect that to come down there. Google. Still expect that to hit the roadmap line. ADI. Hitting the roadmap line. A lot of these chips hitting the roadmap line. Watch for the turn. Could break above that 230, get 250. POWL. Whoa. Turn down. Watch for our lower low. Powell Industries. And bias for the day is, well, kind of looking for the bottom here. So we're getting a little continuation lower at this point so far. We can come on down. That's for sure. Now the echo off of the first move down puts us down at 23.30. Only about 20 more points. Remember, if we close, basically we've made a low today. The market doesn't tend to bottom on a Friday, so we may get continuation into Monday, Tuesday. In Q, fully testing the roadmap line at this point. We could push it all the way down, 18.2. So watch for a reversal to form. Stay on your toes. That'd be what I say right now. Watch for a reversal to form. That one's already hitting extensions. We may get a little bouncy bounce before we go even lower. Probably setting up to break lower there. Gold pushing on up. Beautiful. Bitcoin just holding steady. All right, everybody. Be careful out there. I'll be back 9:15 Monday morning. Same bat time, same bat channel. Sometimes I get lucky on this stuff. Watch for the bounce. Watch for the bounce. We don't have to continue down next week. It's one of those high probability things, but remember, like 5 to 10% of the time, we don't do it. All right. We make the bottom on a Friday. We start ripping. It then go lower. So don't go in big in a leveraged way. If you're going to play it very small. Wait till later in the day. See where we're at. We may bounce big today at some point. This could be a day where we get like a 100-point flush and then a 200-point rally. Just be careful. All right. This is market hunting the bottom. So Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you again Monday. Bye for now.